Eneba.com to miejsce dla graczy, gdzie czekają tysiące gier i dodatków w atrakcyjnych cenach. W tym tygodniu ruszyła kolejna kampania z super promocjami na popularne tytuły oraz kultowe klasyki. A korzystając z kodu, który wyświetla się teraz na ekranie, możesz zaoszczędzić jeszcze więcej na swoich zakupach. Na Enebie zawsze możesz liczyć na szybką realizację zamówienia i pomoc 24/7 w razie jakichkolwiek problemów, czego potwierdzeniem jest wysoka ocena na Trustpilot. Wszystkie linki znajdziesz w opisie, a my teraz przejdźmy do materiału.
Give it up for Daya and Seti, both land winners with a bunch of experience, ready to give it their all in the FNCS Pro-Am tonight. Good luck. Polsko-Goran, Jacob and Kami, bringing the pride of Poland all the way to Los Angeles. Let's see if this duo can live up to the pressure of the competition.
This is what we have all been waiting for. 1 day and 6 matches to determine who our 2025 FNCS Pro-Am champ team.
But Savage just gets mammoth, and I believe it was Peterbot from on top, and already he's moving in for the straight elimination. Down goes Savage as Peterbot is instantly getting busy here in game 1.
Peterbot sees action. Peterbot wants his own part of it. Finding that first elimination now means everybody else is left scrambling. Lachlan trying to escape. He knows he is on the hunt, but Peterbot, watch your back. There's more company, more targets in sight.
It's like the Peterbot hit list, and it scores 38 players, every single one. He's trying to get at least a single elimination on everybody in the game.
He doesn't have enough HP to tango, and that's going to be a knock. Another elimination for Peter. Who needs a warm-up when you've got game 1 to get things done?
Got him.
Nice, good job, bro.
We're steady.
Right.
Yo, got a pro on the board, baby.
And that's saving Mongrel. He doesn't even know how he just got blessed, but on high ground. You know him, you love him. It's Queasy, it's Nick F30, and hopefully this time around they can hold on to their high ground.
The zone pulling over this hillside has just completely set Queasy and Nick in an optimal position, but you always have to be careful because high ground can be challenged at any given moment.
But on the high ground, it's his EU competition. He goes for a play, but gets set right back down. Nikov, Podeside, 4 eliminations. They're in control.
And they absolutely blocked off Queasy's attempt to actually catapult himself back up to high ground. Clicks, Lacey, they're just too tangled up. It's only going to be Clicks that manages to finagle his way out of here, but he's going to shockwave up. He sees Podeside, but he's a target. But Podeside's been sent packing. It's only Nikov, the other half of the Gentlemates, to keep this one alive.
There's one duo left in this game, and it's Cooper and Zemi. Everybody else is solos as Queasy's trying to go for the heal off, but it's only a short stint. He doesn't want to go ahead and stay there for too long as Nikov goes down. 2v1 situation. If anybody can do it, it has to be Queasy.
But Queasy's just outnumbered. Cooper and Zemi are gonna strike first. Victory Royale. Look, any game 1 jitters that might have existed, it's gotta go out the window.
Baxity and Reason going on over there as Seti and Daya with 2 eliminations. 19 teams left in the game, which means they sent one of them packing early here for game number 2. And that's got to start to boost the confidence right there for Seti and Daya, because now they got position on one of the high hills here on the map, and they can kind of just play it by ear.
Got a good idea that maybe there's a survivor trying to scramble into their area. Peterbot and Aussie, though, they left Slurpy Swamp wide open, and other teams have tried to move in, but Mongrel doesn't stand a chance. Peterbot letting him know what's good for what feels like the millionth time since yesterday's games. And Peterbot, 2 eliminations already. We just saw Alex with 6 eliminations, 6 points already, Jacob. And yet there's only been 1 duo fully eliminated from this lobby.
Seeing the struggles that happen if you go down too early. And this is where I start to talk about a little bit of that danger zone. 5th zone going into 6. You're still able to reboot, but where are you going to go? You go too deep into the zone, you could get chunked out even with the barrels. It's Cammy, Jacob trying to play it very, very carefully. They know the whole western side of that zone is going to open up. They know it's relatively low damage, so they're going to hedge their bets in that direction.
They're going to have to sit and wait.
Seen at least 3 teams over towards Slurpee. One of them's gonna get jumped on by Peterbot. That's Jacob who does go down. It's actually Ozzy who gets the elimination. 3rd one of the game, and they get that legendary Slurp juice. It's gonna heal up that shield and HP over time if they need it, which they might because the zone is pulling all the way towards the north. I'm not sure who that second team is just outside of Slurpy Swamp with them. It's going to be Flakes and Gone. They need to be careful because Peterbot and Ozzy are warming up and getting more and more dangerous as time goes on.
Oh, but Cammy, he's running out of mobility options and he is being chased out. Jacob already looking grim as far as his HP can take him though. And he'll buy a little bit more time here, but Gone and Flakes, they're not looking to let things settle. The rest of the lobby also taking notice of this team that's under duress, and Jacob will be forced to duck underneath that bridge, try to reunite with Cammy, Gone and Flakes, like other individuals already have.
Yeah, this might be one of them. You see, he does have that exotic SMG. Every time he reloads, he does get that 0-point dash effect a little bit. Doesn't last a long time, but hey, in an endgame this chaotic, it's the little difference makers that really count. As Jacob and Cammy just trying to go ahead and cement their position, they know it's not a far rotation to zone.
Benno sent to the abyss off that shockwave, and Daya, she'll meet her end though.
Now every single person left alive in this game is a solo in this competition, and Seti's just trying to work his way through. All he has is the bare minimum, the siphon mask, but if you look up, no, that's not an angel, that's Clicks, and he has more legendary slurp juices that he knows what to do with. This is a Clicks game.
Kanata, he's reliving the practice moments currently. He doesn't have any heals this time though, and Seti, don't know if he's in the same kind of position, but look at Clicks, an absolute menace in the high ground, just causing so much mayhem for the two down below. Seti finds Kanata, now it's all up to Clicks. Clicks trying to make sure he just doesn't get chopped down. Seti, he's got a way to make his way towards the high ground. Clicks can't afford a drop. He has to use all of his builds. He still has a couple of slurp juices remaining. He's gonna look for Seti. He wants the finishing shot. He doesn't need the heal up, but he might just look to play it safe anyway.
Siphon mats are so important. That changes the game completely from the situation we're in. Double slurp juice pop. He sends Seti flying outside of the zone, but back he goes, and back he does it. Clicks and Lacey win game number 2. This is it, like you're saying, the halfway point, and you saw that leaderboard as Ozzy's on the other side, putting pressure down from above. Peterbot's to have a crash landing, trying to make his way up with that shockwave. Meanwhile, that full duo that they were going up against quickly made their way on out. You said it yourself, Taco. Slurpy Swamp, that belongs to one man and one man only, or boy, that would be Peterbot. And he's just really wreaking havoc all around the lobby. And you're seeing he's going to pack a punch in his loadout. It's not just the Thunder Shotgun and the Mammoth. He's making sure that he has the SMG as well. That way he can just end a fight in the blink of an eye.
It's gonna be no issue whatsoever. They're definitely looking nice and healthy, but the high ground is what might be up for grabs soon.
Yeah, right now we see Queasy and Nick at 30 on one side, but on the other, Ali A and Mongrel are actually making an attempt for it. Might be a little bit too soon though. 7th zone may wait just a little bit longer, especially with one team getting focused, but they do have it.
A menace to the lobby, no roar, but Rex paying the ultimate price. She's also been eliminated. Thomas bringing down Mr. Savage, and it's all by himself that he's got to keep this one alive.
Oh no, Shockwave just a little bit too far into zone, only 10 on the Chug Jug, so that's essentially going to be a non-factor. Down below, one of the few duos left in this game, Ronaldo and Kanata. They are the ones on the hunt. They are the ones causing complete chaos down below, especially for any team that crosses path, and the Gentle Mates have just been separated. Nikoff is down as Ronaldo picks up his 3rd elimination.
But Ronaldo, he's running slim as far as the builds are going, and Seti, he might have to drop. Seti might have to get involved, getting a couple of tags. Kanata's shield's so incredibly low, but Seti, he's all by himself. He's just trying to stay out of the line of sight, and he can't go much further. He's gonna have to block his view.
From a top 2 to a top 3, at least he's staying consistent. As Nick dropping down from above, no builds. Queasy taking a huge amount of damage, 10 HP each. They're scrambling to try to make a play, and Nick and Bodie is amazing with that elimination, but it's Ronaldo! It's Kanata! The Thieves of the Night! They steal away the game! And we are back for game number 4.
Pretty much all of FP's control, though, belongs to Peterbot, and he just continues applying pressure steadily to Mongrel. Mongrel, though, a little bit of a bite back here. Big crack into Peterbot's shield, and Ali A, he might actually have his revenge. Peterbot in a little bit of a pickle here, but Mongrel, he can't close in just fast enough.
Ollie A really saying enough is enough. And now we got Ozzy versus Ollie A. The almost full piece coming out from Ozzy. He is feeling the confidence. He probably heard the calm from Peter saying, bro, you have to get this guy off me. And now he's dancing, doing a little two-step on one side. Ozzy getting aggressive. And that's the thing. They are down further on the leaderboard than anyone would have expected. They need aggression. They need eliminations. And now that Peter bot won his, he said, yo, look, Pete, there's another. I'm just saying, this is the Ozzy I really wanted to see. It feels like he's feeling himself right now. 4 shockwaves, breaks into the box, and he almost, oh, he does! Ozzy takes down Mongrel! Woo, this is what I came to see this weekend.
Did he go underneath? He went underneath.
Try
I'm
to
chopping
Ollie
on
A.
him. Killed him, killed him, killed him.
Nice, bro. Good job.
Let's go, baby! I'm sorry,
Yes, sir.
Mongrel.
Hey, Peter Bot just continuing where he left off, just farming elim after elim after elim. Zone pulling towards the northwest or northeastern side of Slurpee Swamp here. Kind of back home for Peter Bot and Ozzy, but for Seti and Gaia, they have a decent rotation. They can one-hop it to the front side of the zone. They can sacrifice the HP if they want to try to take some high ground, but for now, they're just trying to take it slow and steady. 7th zone, 5 more to go. You don't want to bite off more than you can chew at any moment.
And look, it doesn't need to be flashy. For Seti and Daya, they found a lot of success with consistency by just playing to their team's strengths. Both of these players are competent. They've got a decent amount of LAN experience and just in-game competitive knowledge, and they're letting it be put on full display here currently. But now, Queasy still alive as a solo.
Shockwaving, destroying some builds, but giving him a little bit of cover to look through, but Lacey spots him out, gets the elimination. 10th zone, placement points have not even set in just yet. 11 teams still alive.
Cole taking out Reason, though. Very big troubles, very huge scenes, though, as Courage finds his own elimination onto Jacob.
He just wiped the full duo out of the lobby. No siphon, though, so 30 HP. The necessary time for that Chug to pop is now. Peter Bot slowly but surely dropping down. They realize this one is all but over in their favor.
And Ozzy's still right behind him. Ozzy's gonna play Disruptor on low.
You don't know who he is until you realize that is Fragger Ozzy on the low ground, causing chaos. Peter Bot's chopping down Cooper, sending him all the way down low to that low ground, and now that's his chance to put down pressure. Only 3 teams remain, and only one of them is a strong duo because Courage has just gone down. Cooper has no choice but to try to make a play. Everybody left alive is going to be solos. Cooper versus Cold in the backside of the zone as he takes down Courage.
But Cold, he's right there in the mind of Peter Bot. Cooper trying to do what he can. Peter Bot doesn't have a whole lot of HP to work with. He'll at least have the opportunity, though, from the high ground to play off these flash up potions. Cooper goes up, but Cooper gets knocked down! Peter Bot with the clutch! We all know what he's capable of, and he is just continuing to deliver!
This is their second to last chance to figure out a way to make up for lost time when it comes to that leaderboard.
Nice. Oh my! What happened? Oh my god! I got the luckiest thing ever! Of every exotic weapon! Okay, nice. Oh my god!
A little bit of bite back. Pete's got to be wary. He can't just openly aggress into Savage's box. He might even shift his focus towards Savage's duo mate. Locky, he's got to stay closer to where Savage is at. Peterbot from overhead. Peterbot cracks Savage's shield entirely. Peterbot knocks Savage, and that's just another elimination added up. They are not healthy enough to keep pressing forward, but Jacob, he's lost in the fray. Cammy gonna be the only one left standing now at that duo, and Thomas with that mammoth pistol trying to see if he can take somebody else's head off.
This is where you really have to be careful and thoughtful of your shockwaves and your crash pads, because someone just like this is gonna deal so much damage just like that. Queasy just gets deleted out of the sky, and their chances for high ground go out the window because it looks like it's Thomas HD and Somerset's turn to claim it as their own.
And Thomas all too happy to take over, but that's where things went south for Jacob. Just beam from the sky. No rotation is safe when you've got somebody like Thomas on high ground with that mammoth. Daya, Seti, they're still up and kicking. Reason, Faxity to the high ground. Reason, Faxity seem like they want to be the ones to take over height. The challenge is a success. They're now on top. Typical gamers stuck in the mid-ground. Everybody getting trapped inside the castle here at Fort Crumpet, and Typical Gamer will fall.
might have been over 4 million different timelines looking through, but this might be the one where Vaxity, a late entrant into the competition, could come out, but he's having a couple of hiccups from up, down, left, right. His HP's out the window, but Cooper staggering himself back. His only chance was left of the Chug Jug. He has to figure out a way in because he's the only solo left versus Seti and Daya. Vaxity and Reason, the two strong duos, but they run into Cooper. He goes down. Reason is the one that's firing down from above. Hail and Brimstone with that red eye.
I like that! Vaxity and Reason, they just need to close it. Reason gets the final blow, and Seti and Daya, they are out of here. Reason and Vaxity. All of our competitors know that this is their last chance, the last stop.
With everything on the line here in this last game, let's just contest one of the greatest of all time, Peterbot and Ozzy, and see if we can try our luck. If we take them off the map, you got to imagine that opens up possibilities for more and more elims.
And this might not be what Savage was looking for, though. Booga gonna temporarily prevent Peterbot from outright keying Savage, but Peterbot, he has other plans in mind. He's looking for that fight regardless. Savage just trying to keep this wall closed off long enough, but Pete already immediately looking to take it. Savage scrambling, ducking every which way, but Savage, he just can't get the return blow he needs. Savage is gonna fall, and Peterbot's gonna let him know what's up.
That's just disgusting. It was almost like Peterbot playing with his food with a couple of those edits. 19 or so points down from Peterbot and Ozzy, and that's including some of the eliminations that we've had in this game so far. Seti and Daya, they started this one in third place, 54 points, 3 points outside of that first place spot. They're just looking around, trying to get some eliminations, but you know how safe, how calculated and careful Seti does like to play, especially that he knows he has the firepower and the loadout that Daya has in their inventory with those 2 legendary slurp juices. So as long as they let those eliminations naturally come to them as they're rotating to where that 50-50 is, I think they'll be okay.
And Seti and Daya, they also know exactly where a couple of these...
And you see they didn't even tarp on over, not trying to have too many weak points for them, only build out when they have to. And Jacob gets eliminated down below. Top 12 situation here. Placement points don't come in until 2 more teams do go down. That Semi, Cooper, Seti, Daya will have to overcome, and even 1 more point being cleaned up as he gets the elimination on to Clicks. That's 6 solo eliminations for Peterbot. Him and Ozzy have 7 overall, and they're trying to continue to increase that lead. And you're seeing our top 3. Seti is now by himself. He's feeling that same pressure that Peterbot is.
But wait a second, Zemi, Cooper, they might have just been reintroduced to this winning conversation. Seti getting sent so far outside into the storm, he's gonna have to use his Chug Jug way too early. Valuable seconds being ticked off here now. Trying to crank back up, trying to shockwave back into the zone. He does manage to make it, but only 20 left on that Chug Jug. Cooper loses Zemi though. Cooper's got to do this all by himself.
Luckily for Cooper, though, he does have med kits, the legendary slurp juice, different options here. Everybody in our top 3 are now officially solo players trying to hunt here, basically trying to outmatch each other. Now placement points are starting to come in. Top 9, top 8 as another one's going to fall. That's Somerset that gets taken down. Kanata is now out of this game. The players are now getting closer and closer here toward the end game where our final 3 could face off.
But that elimination that Cooper just got onto Queasy, that might just be enough time. Cooper doing what he can to try and see if there's any spare heals that he might be able to find back his own. But Peterbot takes out Seti and Daya. They're no longer in the conversation for first. Peterbot trying to hold strong to their position, but there's still other players to deal with. Cooper also doing the same on the low ground, and Peterbot's out of here. Cooper has the opportunity of a lifetime here to bring this one home. He's just stuck between all of France here, Pota's side, and Nika. They will find the Gentle Mage victory in Game 6 here, but the damage has been done. Cooper falling when he did. Your FNCS 2025 Pro-Am champions are decided. Peterbot and Oxyantics.
One full day of competition, Taco. 6 games. You got Peterbot, reigning defending global champion. You got Ozzy, one of the biggest faces of competitive Fortnite. They went ahead and dominated with multiple eliminations. They got a victory royale. That's why your FNCS Pro-Am champions, Ozzy and Peterbot!
where Seti Daya ended up. Cooper and Zemi,
Wow.
these guys were fighting to the
wow.
very end, but the gentle mates, Podesai and Nikov, sneak on through, and take a look, guys. It's actually a tie on points.
Oh, yeah, I mean, Seti and Dyer, they were hanging on to that top three. It looked like they had a comfortable cushion actually going into game number 6 there, but slipping down to 4th place. Luna's out on that tie.